Hi everybody, this is Oleg. Welcome to Oregon Preparedness. The other day I was watching New York preppers video on color code awareness, and it got me thinking. We do need to be aware, more so than before. In this time, in this crisis, even though these crises are far from worst, they are not. They are getting worse, and it's not as relaxed and peaceful as it used to be. And there's more storms are brewing up on the horizon, so we need to be aware of the situation around us at all times. The more the better, and we need to be ready for it. So I'll use one quick example of my grandfather's life. My grandpa, he used to live in a small town. He used to live in the country, and where he used to live there was a fair amount of poisonous snakes. We used to call them just common viper, just a viper. They were not very big. They would grow 3 feet, maybe at the most 4 feet long. Nonetheless, they were venomous snakes, and occasionally people would die from their bite. And one of my far relative actually have been bitten and died. My father's aunt. So, needless to say, people were always aware of them. Always. Summertime comes, everybody always think about them. You go pick mushrooms, you take a stick, and before you pick those mushrooms, you just, move leaves around it to make sure there's no snakes, and then you cut that mushroom and put it in your basket. So my grandpa, he was always ready for them. He had a lot, I'd say about 2 acres in size. And he actually had, on that lot, I'm not exaggerating, at least a dozen shovels, maybe more. Those shovels, regular shovel, were just stuck in the ground everywhere. By his house, by his shed, by his garden, by the garage, by everywhere. He was always ready. If there was a snake, he would nail it, and he has. I'd say over the years, he's lived there all his life. He killed dozens of these vipers, dozens. So this is, to me, is a great example how we need to be ready. We need to be ready for intruders. Hopefully they will never come our way. We need to make our house appear so they don't even have any desire to come. However, you never know. If they do come, we need to be ready, especially if you are home. So in my opinion, you can be ready for very cheap. For an example, baseball bats. I know a guy who used to always have baseball bat beside his bed. And baseball bats, they're cheap if you buy them used in second-hand stores, in garage sales. You can buy them next to nothing, and they are an effective way to protect yourselves. Of course, if some intruder has a gun, then you're out of luck. But many of them don't have any guns. I drove one time in my cab. I used to be a cab driver, as I mentioned before. Some home intruders who actually served their time in prison for home invasions, and I asked them various questions, and they always went without guns, to clean somebody's house. So some of them I'm sure still have guns, but many don't. And if you have a baseball bat, you can protect yourself pretty good with it. So get few of those things. It'll cost you almost nothing. Put one in your garage, put one in your bedroom, put one out by the shed. Just have few of them spread all over the place, in a place where it's not obvious. Next item, of course, an obvious pepper spray, or better, bear spray. Bear spray shoots up to 30 feet, in ideal conditions, of course. You need to be careful how to use it if it's outside, and if it's windy, you don't want that bear spray to go back on you, in your face. Then you'd be really screwed. So, but bear spray is super effective in ideal conditions. If you spray somebody with that spray, they'll never come back to you or to anybody, probably. I one time was testing my own bear spray, if it truly shoots for 30 feet, and it did for about 25, 26 feet. It was ideal, perfect, peaceful condition outside. There was no wind whatsoever. Somehow still little tiny particles of it got in my nose. My nose was itching so bad for a couple of hours. No matter what I did, I tried to wash it, clean it. It was still itching. It was just terrible. And I just thought for a moment, if I spray somebody with it, those people, they'll remember it for the rest of their lives. So baseball bats, pepper spray and or bear spray, same thing. Have few of them. They're not that exactly cheap. They, bigger cans cost $50-$70, but at least if you buy 2 or 3 of them, you can put price on your life, on your safety, on you and your family. So have few of those around. And of course, ultimate protection is the handgun or a shotgun, but handgun in my opinion is the best to protect yourself around home. And you can take with you, provided that you have concealed weapon permit, you can carry it with you. But around home, you can always just carry it on your person, and you don't need to spend a ton of money for a handgun. You can buy some cheaper revolver for $300 or semi-automatic. Maybe not the caliber you want, but it will be better than nothing. And you can just have it on your person at all times. Imagine you're working in your garden or you're doing something in your garage and suddenly some intruder appears. Those people, they'll do anything, try to escape. If you are in their way, they will hurt you, they will kill you because they don't want to be caught and be put in prison. So you need to be ready to protect yourself. And as New York Prepper said, code yellow, color yellow. Always be aware of everything, what goes on around you, even if you are in your home. Because once again, you don't know what's happening. Crime is on the rise. Things are getting worse. And it will get even more worse, especially if there will be a second wave of coronavirus or any kind of virus or any other problems. Anytime there is problems, the crime world always flourish. So get ready, and be aware, and get those inexpensive items to start with. Use baseball bats and pepper spray and bear spray. Remember my grandpa and his shovels, how he was ready to fight those snakes, and he did. Alright, take care everybody, have a good day, be safe, protect yourself from the snakes in the human form. Alright, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and we'll see you in the next upload. Bye bye.